Hi everyone and welcome to my Christmas special YouTube video. In this video I'm going to reminisce about the greatest decade for Christmas in my opinion, which was the 90s. I remember every year of that decade. It was so tacky, nothing matched. There was only a certain amount of TV channels. I just miss that era. I think it was, I'm being biased, but I don't think Christmas has ever been quite as magical since the 90s. So yeah, I'm gonna delve into some gifts that I remember getting as a kid. Some of them I didn't get and I've just bought for the first time. I've put them into categories and I'm gonna start off with board games. I think most of these actually were from the 60s originally, but they've always kind of re-released them over the decades. I've tried to get the covers that from the 90s. I've been like going through charity shops, Vinted, eBay, so I think I've done a good job to find some stuff. I don't know if anyone can tell what this is. I had to carry this around an entire day and it annoyed the hell out of me. But I remember getting this, I think in the 90s. I think this is more of an 80s box that I've got here, but see what it is. It's so loud. And that is it's called Hobby Box Mind Teasers. I don't know if you can see there. These are like little boxes with ball bearings in, and you had to kind of get them into like different holes, rings. Really frustrating. But I always remember these from the 90s. I don't know if anyone can tell by shapes and stuff, that'd be very impressive. A classic Twister. Again, this is the 90s board game version that I had. The cover, instantly brought back memories. Not one I've played since college. I was always really good at this game, and I realised later in life that I have hypermobility, so I kind of had an advantage. But yeah, not a game I think I could play now. I think I would injure myself, but I kind of feel like it would be a good laugh. Next board game. This was one of my favourites in the 90s. And that is Screwball Scramble. Wasn't an only child, but my older brother didn't live with me in the 90s. So yeah, it was kind of nice to have games that were okay for one player, so I absolutely love this game. Quite frustrating at times, but I did get very good at it. I think most of these board games are still available today, including this one. So yeah, it's nice to see that they've always re-released them throughout each decade, but I don't know, I feel like the 90s, this was really popular. And the last one, this is the last board game. It doesn't have any of the inserts, that's why it sounds really loud. It's a big one. And that is Mousetrap. I think I only played it properly once. I think I had more fun just kind of setting it up and then, you know, setting it all off. It was a really fun game. I think this might have been a 60s game as well. I think it was one of the first 3D board games. But yeah, again, I think it was just one of them games that in the 90s was just so popular. Next, I'm gonna move on to some miscellaneous kind of items like books, art, crafty things, because I remember getting them a lot as a kid. So I'm gonna start off with two here. And these are the 80s version here. And that is annuals. Every year you had to get an annual. So these ones I found in a charity shop recently. So it's 88, 87. I got these just because I wanted some 80s stuff as well. And I also bought one from the 90s, which is one I remember having. I think this one was 1990 it came out, or maybe 91. The real Ghostbusters. Sadly, I haven't got any toys from it to show today, but Ghostbusters was more popular maybe in the late 80s, but I think 90, 91, 92, still really popular with the toy collection that they had out. I absolutely loved Ghostbusters. And this annual, I didn't know if it was the one I had, but when I got it, instant memories, absolutely loved it. One of my favourite annuals I ever got. Next up, I have, get it the right way. Ghostbusters again. This is probably the worst jigsaw puzzle they could have really chosen for a screenshot, and it hasn't even been opened. It's probably going to be really hard to do because it's like the colours just merged together. But yeah, a jigsaw puzzle was always fun to get at Christmas time. This is something that I don't think everyone would have had, but I was very arts and craftsy. I couldn't get the one that I actually had. I think I had a Ghostbusters version actually. I like the Wombles as well, but this is the Plaster of Paris kit. Plaster of Paris in the 90s was just like so popular. And yeah, you basically got like these little molds. The Plaster of Paris is gone now, and these awful paints that never worked really well on it. Always got a craft item for Christmas. This is the last misc item. It's another art kind of project. And that is sequence art. Again, I don't think everyone would have had this, but I absolutely loved getting these for Christmas. These and like those etch kind of ones that you got when it was like black and then you scratched off and had like colourful stuff underneath. That and those I absolutely loved as a kid. Next up, I'm going to go into the toys. I don't have a lot of toys because I wanted to get ones out of box and they're very expensive, so I've got what I can. First up, I'll start with a classic Buzz Lightyear. I still can't believe how old Toy Story is. Like, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But yeah, this was like a really popular toy. Is it 94? Mid-90s, we'll say. This one isn't from the 90s. It looks like it is because it's absolutely battered, but yeah. He's really cool. He works fine. Does he? Oh my God, he's not working. So I need to turn him on. That helps.
I'm stationed up in the Gamma Quadrant of Sector 4.
But yeah, he is so cool. I do need to get a Woody as well to go with him. Another thing I couldn't wrap to represent the 90s toys was Pokemon. Pokemon cards were like a kind of a weird one for Christmas. Again, I was like a little bit older by that point, but my younger brother got loads for Christmas that year in 99 maybe, when it was really popular. But I do still have some cards today. These are mainly like the newer ones, but I am just trying to get one of each from the original 151. I do have though, the only card I have left from my original collection, Machamp. Worth nothing, but yeah, he's absolutely bad as well. It's kind of cool that I do still have that one from my original collection. Another one from the late 90s. Beanie Babies. These were crazy. Everyone got one that I knew for Christmas. I had loads of them. Everyone thought they were going to be worth like insane money. How wrong were we? It was the Pokemon cards that we needed to keep. But they're still really cute. Next up, this is another one that's more of an 80s thing, but I had loads of these. And that is a troll. I was obsessed with them. I had loads of them. They're just so cute. I mean, they're kind of ugly, but also like they're really cute. I have a few of these. I've just found another miscellaneous one. Not a toy, but I've just found it in my little collection here. I believe this was a 1990, maybe 1991. But this just, so much nostalgia with this. That is a Fun Facts. I absolutely loved stationery as a kid. I think in the 90s, we all loved it. And these are really expensive now to get. I got lucky on Vinted with this one. So I got some of the stickers in. I love stickers. I loved organisation. And yeah, this is really cool. Really happy to have this. Next toy is another late 90s one. I never got one of these. They were really hard to get hold of. I got a knockoff version later on. But this is the first time I've had one of the actual official ones, and this is from the 90s as well. That is a Tamagotchi. These were crazy. I'd say I had a knockoff version that I got from Blackpool, but I still loved it. I think I preferred it to the Tamagotchi because it was a dog, so rather than this weird egg creature. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this sealed because it's really cool. I'm happy that I finally have one. Next up, this is quite an obvious shape box. I'm sure you can probably guess for the eagle-eyed 90s collectors. Again, I didn't get one of these either because absolutely insane to get. I think they were reselling them for like crazy money at the time as well. And that is a Furby. Oh God, yeah. I couldn't afford a really nice condition box one, so I just got this one. But yeah, these were crazy. Again, I remember a few people that got them for Christmas and brought them into school. They're just so cute. I think I love Gizmo, and I feel like he is quite a gremlin looking thing. Apparently it was said it was working. I put batteries in. It's definitely possessed, this one. It went a bit weird. But yeah, he's really cute to have on display. Really happy that I finally have one of these to my collection as well. Next up, before I get to the big gift of the year, I'm going to go through physical media, because that's something that's completely died now. I still like to get physical stuff like Blu-rays and CDs and stuff. I thought I'd show you some stuff from the 90s that I got. So I'll start off with the oldest bit of physical media. Like, I did get vinyls now and again, but not really for Christmas, so I haven't put them in. First thing, I'm sure you can guess what this is. Cassettes. These did die out in the 90s, but in the early 90s I was still getting some of these. And this one I actually rebought because it was my favourite one that I got one Christmas, and it was Hip House. I kind of want to collect some cassettes again because I do like them. They're quite cute. Another thing that I overtook cassettes. CDs. So yeah, I would always get a CD for Christmas, some kind of album. I don't have many 90s CDs in my collection, but I do have this one. I think the now 25, I think it's still going. God knows what number it's on now. These were quite cool to get, compilations, albums. I used to get a lot of trance anthems and Euphoria. They were my kind of 90s ones that I remember getting. But yeah, this is another one that I remember getting. This is from 93. And then before I move on to the games, I'm gonna open this up quickly. It's VHS. Again, it started to kind of die off in the 90s, but early 90s, definitely always got a VHS. I'd usually get quite a few, so I've tried to do a selection. So first up I have the Disney classics. They would always re-release Disney, I think they still are today. These are the ones I had in the 90s, whichever we bought. Turtles. I love these movies. I don't have any toys. I was going to hopefully borrow one to show, but this is kind of represent the Turtles in the early 90s was massive. Toy range was amazing. Like, I never got any, but I remember playing with them. And yeah, I do need to buy some because yeah, they were amazing. And then I've got a couple of comedy classics, Ace Ventura and Hook. Robin Williams and Jim Carrey were two of my favourite actors in the 90s. I think I owned everything that they ever had. And yeah, these are two exact covers that I remember having as a kid as well. And lastly, I've got the Christmas jumper to vibe with it, Home Alone. One of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. My second favourite. First is Santa Claus the movie. And then, oh yes, I'm going to move on to video games. So in the mid-90s, I started to get more into gaming because I got a bit older. Yeah, I'm going to try and represent some games. So I never had Nintendo as a kid, didn't get Nintendo consoles till the 2000s actually. But I've wrapped some up just because I know some of you guys. I don't have much Nintendo cardboard because it's so expensive. But this is one I remember some friends getting at Christmas time. Donkey Kong Country. It is a really good game. This is my husband's favourite, which is why we have it boxed. I got him this last year for Christmas actually. And yeah, it's such a good game. Still today, it holds up well. I know they've always tried to like kind of bring it back, but you can't beat Donkey Kong Country. I think it's going to be hard to top this one. So yeah, this is the one that I remember a lot of people getting for Christmas that I knew who had Nintendo consoles. Another Nintendo game that I remember people getting a lot for Christmas. And I did play because my brother got one. That is GoldenEye. I think this came out November time, maybe. But yeah, I absolutely love the movie as well, so I think this was a great tie-in. It's definitely my favourite N64 game of all time. I absolutely loved it. I've mentioned it before. Next up, when I got the console for these are the two games that came with it. So I thought I'd wrap these up. I got this in '96, which is quite a lot after when it came out. And that is the Mega Drive. And I got The Lion King. And then I also got Mega Games 1. And the games on here are pretty decent. Like I remember this is the first year that my older brother stayed with us. And I remember World Cup Italia 90. One of my favourite football games. Like it's still fun today. And yeah, I remember after Christmas dinner playing this with him, and yeah, I have great memories of this one. And then also The Lion King. It was a really good Christmas, so I feel like these two games were they have a lot of memory for me. The Lion King I've recently finished again, so I know people say it's quite hard. It is. Everyone says the giraffe level's the hard one, but no. The Stampede was the one that, much anger. So yeah, but yeah, I finished it recently, it's still amazing. And yeah, Super Hang-On wasn't too bad, and Columns, great game, love these two. And then moving into '98, I remember getting these. This was when I got the PlayStation. I was always a bit behind with consoles because they were so expensive. We couldn't afford to get them the year they came out. So I got this in '98 mainly because I think I was obsessed with Tomb Raider. I played 1 and 2 at a friend's house and I was like, I really wanted this game. So this was another great Christmas for me. I played this, I don't think I saw my family the entire Christmas time. I just played this constantly. And this is the only game that I think I have from my childhood. So yeah, I still have it today. One of my favourite Tomb Raider games. I play it every Boxing Day because it's just my Boxing Day tradition now. I play it with a bottle of Baby Sham. And then I also got Gran Turismo with it. I think it was a pack that came with Gran Turismo. And then also the DualShock, I think might have came out that year. So I also got that with it as well. Really good racing game. I wasn't bothered about getting it, but I actually really enjoyed it. I quite like the more realistic driving simulators. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think that's most of the stuff there, I think. So every year you would kind of get a big gift. Things I remember getting were like hi-fi system, keyboard, consoles now and again, and like a bike, that kind of thing. But I have bought one thing that it's not the version I had because the version I got was twice the price of what this is. And even this was expensive. Oh my God, it's so heavy. Ooh. It's quite hefty. So this was something that came out in '91. That is the Mega Drive. I absolutely love this console. I think it is my favourite console of all time. It's this and the PlayStation I absolutely love. It's what I play the most at the moment. And yeah, this is the first Mega Drive. I got the Mega Drive 2. Obviously I mentioned I got the Lion King. I had the version that had the sleeve over it. But yeah, I think it's about £200 now. So I just got this one because I don't have the Mega Drive 1 yet. And yeah, I just love the box art. Like, I love the whole grid with the purple and the blue, and it's just, yeah. I'm so happy to have this. I wasn't going to collect box consoles, but I think now that I'm happy with the games that I have, I might get a couple of consoles that are boxed because they look really cool. So yeah, that was a collection of items that I remember getting in the 90s, or ones that I didn't get but I remember friends had, but now I have them. So yeah, that's really cool. I still want to next year collect more 90s kind of items, but I'm happy with what I've got so far. So yeah, I'm going to put these in my room now, and next year I will do a room tour at the beginning of the year just to kind of show you where I'm at with all my collecting. It's been a crazy year for it. I have bought way more than I wanted to. I'm not complaining. I'll show you guys the complete room all finished and kind of work out what I'm going to buy next year. Until then, I hope you all have an awesome Christmas and New Year, and yeah, see you guys in the new year. Bye.